Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Quick Words. Things to consider during end times. It is a message to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuah. Yahuah is his true name, and who have come to accept Yahusha as Messiah, as our Mashiach. It is a message specifically to those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 in multitude, mentioned in Revelation chapter 7 and 14. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. Today is April 10th, 2014. This is part 2 to the segment entitled Within This Seed, Unity. Within this seed, unity. Welcome back if you are returning to finish the second part of this segment. If you are listening to this for the first time, and have not heard part 1, I invite you to consider listening to part 1 first. With that said, as I mentioned in the closing of part 1, we will be joined together, and we are joined together by the Spirit of our Messiah. It is the seed of worship and obedience. It is the seed that is part of the reign. This is the seed of unity. There are those by scientific rules and definitions who are our relatives by blood, so to speak. There are those who become family members by rules of man, whether it is through adoption and or some other guardian constructs. But I submit to you the ultimate family of one in righteousness are those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuah. While man has presented their own way of identifying family and lineage, with one of the most erroneous methods most recently touted, such as DNA, to say the least, I submit to you that while man tried to distract and cloud what is right, the beginning of man's existence with the very breath we take represent a seed most neglected. Yes, the seed of our spirit. He who seeks to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuah has been drawn to him. Consider these words, John 6:44. No one is able to come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I shall raise him up in the last day. This is the Mashiach, our Messiah talking, Yahusha. John 6:63-65. It is the Spirit that gives life. The flesh does not profit at all. The words that I speak to you are spirit and are life. But there are some of you who do not believe, for Yahusha knew from the beginning who they were who did not believe, and who would deliver him up. And he said, because of this I have said to you that no one is able to come to me unless it has been given him by my Father. My brothers and sisters, he who has ears, let him hear the message in these words. Let his eyes be open to discern and understand what is righteous, what is right, what is correct. This journey we know as life is very complex. It is filled with details of which we know not, and an abundance of things we ignore. A covenant has been made to the seed of Abraham, and it will be kept by the Almighty Father Yahuah. Within this seed, unity. Yes, there will be unity. As we are refined, we will come together. We will witness redefining moments in our lives as end times begin to get intense. As we press forward, my brothers, towards the time when our Messiah will return, we will come to witness the emergence of those who will be called the children of obedience, the children of Yahuah, the 144,000 in multitude, who will fulfill the promise made to Abraham, Isaac, or Isaac as some may know him, Yaakov or Jacob, who he is commonly known as, whose name was changed to Yahusha, most commonly known as Israel. Though the world is oblivious to true Yahusha or true Israel, it will soon discover proof that we have not been obliterated. We have not been wiped off the planet. People will soon discover the manipulation of fleshly cells through race mixing have not destroyed the seed of worship, the seed of the spirit of a man. The world will come to know that Yahusha has been preserved for such a time as coming, for such a time as now. The world will soon witness representation from all nations. Full deliverance cannot occur unless the chosen descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov or Yahusha are restored and recognized. We must and will be recognized in order that there is full restoration among those who are of the reign of the Almighty Father. Once all nations have been recognized, remember the scriptures inform us of Yahusha, Hebrew, or Abari as some may come to know, with all other nations that's recognized under the label of Goyim or Gentiles. But those who seek to do the will of the Father and serve Him, who have accepted Yahusha as Mashiach, Goyim or Gentiles, have been joined and grafted into a body of one with Hebrews or Abari. This will complete the restoration of those who are a part of the reign of the Almighty Father. Scriptures specifically list the 12 tribes of Yahusha in Revelation 7, representing numbers of 12,000 from each of the tribes, totaling 144,000. It also mentions of a great crowd which no man can number. Together we are grafted into one, a body of one through Yahushua Mashiach, under the banner of Yahusha. Within this seed, this righteous seed, made alive and joined with the Spirit of Yahusha, there is unity. All that is needed to make this plain and clear will come to be. Allow me to read Revelation 7:4 and 7:9. And I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 sealed out of all the tribes of the children of Yahusha, commonly known as Israel. And I am speaking of true Israel, true Yahusha. Revelation 7:9 says, After this I looked and saw a great crowd which no one was able to count, out of all nations and tribes and peoples and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, dressed in white robes and palm branches in their hands. If you study the scriptures, you will see it will describe this group as coming out of the great tribulation. Soon we will behold the complete picture of full restoration. The children of Yahuah, in a manner which never before have witnessed, the world will come to know. The process for refining and assembling the final representation of the Almighty Father's children is in motion with many, many details and process. We will each face humbling times. We will be refined and perfected to obey the orders from our Almighty Father through His set-apart Spirit sent in Yahusha's name. These are man's final steps. The true nation and awakening nation of Yahusha, commonly known as Israel, will emerge. It will consist of both Hebrews and Gentiles who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, Yahuah, who are grafted together as one by Yahushua Mashiach, our Messiah. We will rise and the world will come to know we exist. The time will come when the true seed of Abraham will be unveiled, and those who are from the synagogue of Satan will become known and will be dealt with according to Scripture. We will come to identify with the words, within this seed, unity. We will come to know what that singular seed, it is a seed of righteousness. It is the seed of life. It is the seed to worship and obey the Almighty Father. It is the seed that yields to our sovereign, Yahusha, our Messiah. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Pray some more. Study. Pray some more. Establish an earnest mind, body, and soul to worship and obey He that is Almighty. He that gives us breath, a heartbeat, and a functional mind and body. Pray and watch. And remember, within this seed, inside this earthen vessel, is a spirit. It's a spirit that began as a seed and has grown and will continue to grow. Let us grow into maturity in our worship and service to the Most High. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters, for soon and very soon it will all be complete. Until next time, stay tuned as Quick Words continues. Shalom, shalom, shalom.